What's good, YouTube? You know what's coming. We're making Annie Jhin aggro today. So in this video, Annie's new champion, Jin's new champion. I like aggro. Hopefully you like aggro. This deck's really strong. Probably the best aggro deck right now. So I guess, you know, as a player who loves aggro and has hit rank 1 multiple times with aggro, I made Annie Jhin aggro. So let's get into it. Now, my list is pretty basic. I'm not going to lie. I hope I can showcase how to play this deck well. Because I do like to think I'm pretty proficient with the aggro deck, so, you know, the games will really show how to be played properly. But let's go over the deck. So I guess we should start with what Jhin does, or how Jhin works, because the whole deck will make more sense once you understand, like, how it's built because of Jhin. And then the rest should be pretty straightforward. So Jhin, he's unique in the terms of that he's his own region, and it's called the Jhin region. He's like, basically, any card that has a skill, or any unit that has a skill, can be played in your deck. So you can play units with skills from Freyord, Shadow Isles, PNZ, whatever. Anything with a skill can go into the deck, and the other region's Noxus. So we have Noxus plus any unit with a skill. Okay. So the way Jhin works is that while he's in your hand or on the field, every time you play 3 fast spells, slow spells, or skills, he deals 1 to the enemy Nexus. So basically, like, if he's in your hand and you're like, okay, like, summon 3 units with skills and use all our skills, he'll deal 1 to the enemy Nexus. Then, if he's on the field, he'll also stun the weakest enemy. I know it sounds complicated. It's not that complicated. That's basically what it is. So what he does is he's a mana 4/4. Obviously, it's Jhin. When he attacks, he deals 2 to all stunned enemies. And he levels up and he played 12 plus fast spells, slow spells, or skills. It's pretty easy to do in this deck. Then he levels up, attack, deal 4 to all stunned enemies and the main Nexus. So he just decimate the main Nexus. And he gets quick attack. So, in short, he kind of just sits in your hand, does the thing where you're like, okay, I'll use all these skills, whatever, while pinging away the Nexus for 1 every 3 skills. And then if he levels, he becomes like a decimate. And he's like, you know, turn 4 for a body that like deals 2 to all stun units. Isn't that bad? Especially because if he's on the board and you do 3 the skills or whatever, he stuns enemy blocker. You guys will see. He sounds more complicated than he is. I just want to get him out of the way because he is weird. But yeah, that's what he does. Alright, so here's the deck. So very traditional, old school aggro deck. You try and go wide as possible, which means you have more attackers than he has blockers. They can't block them all, and then you finish with burn, like Decimate and Forever and Doomies and stuff. So, for the 1-drops, we have Annie. Annie's the 1-drop you always want to try and mulligan for Annie. You want to keep any 1-drop in the mulligan, but Annie's the best because... So, if she's seen you play 6 plus fast spells, slow spells, or skills, she levels. So, if you can get her off turn 1, it's very easy to level her, considering she's just, like, immediately seeing all the skills and stuff. So, 0 mana, or 1 mana, 0/2. Attack, I deal 2, enemy blocker. If it's dead or gone, I deal 2. So, she's hard to block in the early game because she just kills blockers at 2 or less health, and she burns for 2 if she has no blocker. When she levels, she deals 3 and stuns the blocker, and she gives you Tibbers. So Tibbers is a 6 mana 5/5, fearsome. Play stun an enemy, then deal 2 to all stunned or damaged enemies. So it's like kind of cool because it gives you refuel and aggro. So it doesn't really have refuel, it kind of just finishes with burn instead of refuel. But it's nice to get a burn thing. So those are the 2 champs of the deck. But yeah, you want to get her on turn 1's like the high roll. You really want her on turn 1 with the Jhin in hand, so you can start like getting to see all your fast and spells. And slow spells and skills. Alright. So Crash Course here. 1-drop. When I was attacked, deal 1 main Nexus. This is a skill, so helps level and deals aggro pressure. Pretty good. Rear Guard, obviously straightforward, really good in the early game. Deals 3 attack damage if they don't block it. It can't block, but you know, they basically force to block against aggro. So triple 1-drop is really strong. Turn 2, it's pretty much the best turn 2. So if any way you can get 3 1-drops on turn 2, you have 3 attackers, they usually only have like 1 blocker. And you have more attackers than blockers, the damage goes through. Saboteur is perfect in this deck. Attack, deal 1 to the enemy Nexus. It's a skill, so it helps level Annie and Jhin. Precious Pet. So basically, you just run Pet for extra 1-drops. You run 2 of this card because you don't want to like draw too many in the late game. Just seeing 1 in game is nice in the early game. For the triple 1-drop openings, just having more than 1-drops, it's an aggro deck, etc. So we have a lot of cards with different regions because Jhin can use any unit with skills. We have Boom Crew Rookie. Deal 2 to the enemy Nexus. It's a skill. Pretty straightforward. It's a burn reach, and then it helps level your champs. You got Imperial Demolitionist, deal 1 to an ally to deal 2 to the enemy Nexus. Also a skill, also a burn reach. So, the unique thing with this deck, because most other aggro's don't use this, is the stuns. So most other aggro's don't have stuns, but this runs 3 Solari Sunhawk. It can be used offensively, but you actually want to use this offensively most of the time. So Daybreak, that means if it's the first unit summoned this turn, then you can stun the strongest enemy. So what you want to do is, like, let's say, like, turn 1 to whatever, you play, like, you know, a bunch of units. Then, turn 3, they're trying to catch them on board. You go, okay, summon Sunhawk, stun one of your blockers, summon another 1-drop, attack with, like, 5 units, and they only have, like, you know, 2 blockers because you stunned 1. And you're able to get in a lot of chip damage. The stuns blockers to push for huge damage. And it's also versatile on offense where it's like, or sorry, on defense to like stop their key pushes. But you really want to be stunning their blockers on offense. It's a pretty cool strat. So we have 2 Stagehand. This card's similar to Sunhawk, but slightly worse. I'll explain why. So 2 mana 4/4, ephemeral stun enemy, ephemeral dies in the turn. So the reason it's slightly worse is that Sunhawk you can play it on defense, and then it'll still be a body attacking next turn. And like this card, the reason I run 2, it's kind of bad having multiples. Because if you have like 2 Stagehands in hand, they're ephemeral, so they die at the end of the rounds, which is kind of awkward. Like you really want to be playing this on attack turns. It does pack a huge punch, and usually they have to block it, or else they take 4. I also want to note that these 2 stun units are really good with Jhin, particularly the Sunhawk and the Stagehand, because Jhin, when he attacks, deals 2 to all stun enemies, so you can like stun their blockers and then kill them, and then you're ahead on board for a little bit longer. Tough Speaker, pretty straightforward. 2 mana 3/2 overwhelm. Skill, so it helps level Annie and Jhin. And deal 1 to all nexus, so it helps burn them. And then we have Doom Beast. This is your reach. You want to play this later in the games because it's expensive for a burn deck. Costs 3, rather than other units cost like 2 or 1. Nightfall, drain 2 from main nexus, so it's again burn reach. Fervor, deal 3 to ally, deal 3 to anything. So you can use this to dodge lifesteal. Like a lifesteal unit attacks you, you can like block it. Fervor, killing your own units, the lifesteal won't actually go through, and you'll deal 3 to nexus. Mostly just burn reach though, and then decimate, obviously, deal 4 to the nexus. So pretty straightforward, you know, old school burn aggro deck, but it has some unique stuff with like Jhin, Annie, and the stuns, and I'm here to showcase that for you today. So, get in the first game. And before we get in the first game, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I have daily videos coming all week. I have like, you know, top 5 best decks for ranks. You guys can hit rank 1 or whatever your goals are, master, plat, stuff like that. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe if you guys like Jhin and Aggro and Annie. Anyways, here's first game. Alright, I think we're playing the mirror match. So I usually assume it's burn. You can play the second in a way that's not burn, like not aggro, but it's most efficient in the aggro version. So going second, you want triple 1-drop. Kind of wishful thinking, considering I also want to keep Jhin. We could mulligan Jhin to get triple 1-drop, but I like having Jhin in there. It's super high rolly to have like triple 1-drop plus Jhin, because again, the first 3 times you play fast spells, slow spell, or skills, so do one of them in Nexus. So the dream hand would be 1-drops plus Jhin, so we're gonna keep Jhin. We didn't get the 1-drops, but that's fine. This is gonna be a tough mirror. I was gonna say, thank good researchers. I was about to highlight. One of the key parts of the mirror is having this on their key turns to stop them, like just kind of stun them. Now we're a little bit behind here because he has Annie, and Annie can level, which Precious Pet obviously can't level. He's not a champion. So this is working towards this level up, which could be terrifying. I'm gonna go ahead and play Tough Speaker. If he doesn't have like, you know, stun or certain blockers, it's actually hard for him to deal with this because she can't block well. I was literally about to say Boom Crew can't block well because he can't block the Fearsome, can't block the Overwhelm. Now we're kind of just racing, as you can see. Like, yeah, we're getting a lot of damage in here, but then he's about to get a lot of damage in, so it's gonna go back and forth. All right, it's a bit too many Jhins. Bit too. We only need 1. You really don't want to draw multiple Jhins because they don't stack. We're not gonna be like. So it shows right here. Now that we're starting doing the skills, 2 out of 3. So we're 2 out of 3. We're 2 out of 3 in terms of getting the 1 damage to enemy nexus. Yeah, this is a lot of damage. We actually have to block that. At least we can get a favorable trade here, and there's no point of blocking Annie because then her skill will just kill whatever blocks it. This is why the offensive stuns are really good. Now our hand's kind of weak, but it depends what we draw. If we draw a solid 2-drop, maybe we can just develop Tusk. I mean, okay, so this counts for itself. The stunning enemies that counts for like this ability is a skill. So I think it probably is optimal. I think it's probably optimal to play Jhin and attack because that'll stun Annie and kill her. I mean, really want to kill Annie before she levels. As good as that draw was, this is a tough call actually. Let's see what blockers he has. If he has another stun, we're in a bad spot. Oh god. We're in a bad spot. A really bad spot, actually. We wanted that attack to go through because we wanted to kill Annie before she leveled. Tibbers is pretty game-defining in the mirror. He gives you a lot of tempo. But he's not there yet. So we just have to develop a wide board and then attack. Oh god. So Annie levels. Now she's... The reason this is a huge deal is now she deals 3 when she attacks and burn damage, and 1 for her own attack. She's a 1/3 now. She deals 4 compared to just dealing 2. She was doing last one. I guess let's play Tough Speakers. Let's Probably a solid blocker here. So this actually stuns Annie too, right? Yeah, so we did the 3. We hit 3. But if Jin's in hand, it just deals 1 on the Nexus. But if Jin's in board, he stuns. That's actually a great stun. So that worked out kind of well for us. At least that's one thing that worked out well. This is kind of scary. We have to block twice. We're playing, you know, against aggro. We can't just let him do damage. We drew a 1-drop, which is nice. So we're just going to full swing with everything here. Probably on open attack, otherwise he'll just play Tibbers. Decimate's fine. So this deals what? Deals 1 to a unit. And create a second bounce. Next turn, I think the second bounce is just 4, yeah, 0 mana 4 to a unit. Alright, so this deals 2 to all stun enemies, doesn't have any. But it goes to 5. That's big. Because we drew Decimate. So we just have to get 1 damage in, which will happen with Decimate, because that's our 3rd skill. So this actually should be a win here. Unless he has Fervor for Jhin. But I think it goes to the stack immediately, right? Yeah, so we should just win here, actually. Should just be GG. We get the 4 damage off Decimate, 1 damage from Jhin, because we played our 3rd skill, fast or slow spell. That's 5 damage. Close game, close game. Alright, yeah. And again, Fervor that doesn't stop anything, so GG. Playing versus Kalista, Thresh, Freyord. So this might be Vehunder, actually. We have a lot of 1-drops. You definitely want to keep triple 1-drop. We'll probably keep Tough Speakers as well. So we can get like triple 1-drop, and then this is just solid turn 3 play. We want to have nothing. Wow, and we drew the Jhin. So we could play this to start getting his skills going, but I'd rather play Rearguard. He doesn't have a blocker for turn 1, the ship's for 3, which is a bit better than accelerating the skills. So we had a 1-1 blocker. Really, really, really strong versus our kind of deck, but at least, like, if we played Crack Shot, it would have been even worse, because that would just straight the Crack Shot. If we attacked with it. We probably wouldn't attack with it at all. Alright. Really good draw here, actually. Because now next turn we can play 2-drop plus a 1-drop. For 3. I'm not going to block either of these. Like, he'll never outrace us. Unless he has Blighted Caretaker. It makes a huge push. So this would be 3 skills if isn't a Vile Feast for these. Let's start with Rearguard. Kind of withhold our Tough Speakers, not let them know that we're making an Overwhelm unit on the field. Like, he already knows we have a 3, like, these attacking. So it's probably smart to just hold this for a second. That's actually really a blocker. Kalista recently buffed to a 3-4. She blocks well. I mean, I guess these... I don't know if I want to throw this away. Seems kind of bad. I'll probably just block with those. Maybe Kalista. I guess Overwhelm is fine. Yeah, I guess this is fine. He'll probably block here. Put her at 1 health. Yeah, that seems fine. So I feel like at 3 health she'll just... Or at 4 health she'll just never get traded down. It'll be a problem for a while. And I'm hoping Jhin can kill her if he doesn't play anything weaker. He probably will, though. Boom Crew. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Can he level her before the attack? Even if he can, I'm not too concerned. Play Jhin here. So we have enough skills to trigger him again. 1, 2, 3. We even have a 4th one with Boom Crew. Oh god, he's gonna glimpse that? I actually don't really care if he glimpses. Okay, that I do care about that a lot. That's a huge deal. I needed that. So attack. I think that we block. I think we block this just to get rid of blockers, because we still might be able to be wider than him for a turn. And it's fine that Kalista levels. Kalista isn't inevitably leveling. We don't have removal in the deck. We're playing an aggro deck, so it's just it's gonna happen. We can't really stop her. We have Fervor, but it's not worth Fervoring her, obviously, because we need that for burn. Okay, so we do what? 2 to all stunned enemies. Okay, we don't have any stuns. This guy has a lot of blockers. Hopefully no more blockers, then we can at least chip for 1 damage by having more attackers than he has blockers. Would be nice. Okay. So again, with aggro, we're in a rough spot, but you want to make sure when you have turns to have more attackers than they have blockers, that you attack. A lot of skills. So this is our chance to chip. I mean, I guess Annie has 0 attack, so she could technically be blocked. But she can protect herself, so it's fine. Oh, Jin's getting through. No way. 4 damage against aggro? What? That's a lot of damage against aggro. I guess he wanted the favorable trades, but is it really worth it? Yeah, 4 damage against aggro is questionable, but we'll see what happens. If we draw Decimate, we have lethal here. Can also potentially have lethal if we can just keep these alive. Black Spear, yeah. I figure that's why he let Jhin stay alive, just to Black Spear him. But even then, it's like totally fine for us, I think. We still chip 4, which is what mattered. This is not good. I guess we'll let him hook first, and then we'll Fervor Nexus. What is Reborning? Oh, Sentries. He's gonna draw a card. It's kind of funny. We definitely have to go Nexus again. Burn deck, by the way. This is basically our best chance. The Fervor, even though it's targeting herself, she levels. So we get Tibbers here. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get in with Tibbers, but we can try. I'm kind of just hoping we draw the Burn, right? We can draw like Demolitionist, Fervor, Decimate, Boom Crew Rookie. A lot of good cards, but again, he also might have removal. We'll see what happens. Alright, have him at 2. At least we have something to do. So this stuns an enemy and then deal 2 to all stun enemies, so we can... Oh, stun or damage enemies, sorry. Deal 2 to all stun or damage enemies. So what we can do is, like, stun this, and it'll kill Callista, which she's damage. Alright. Pretty close. Miracle Draw. Let's see what we get. We have a lot of burn. Pet. Yikes, that's not what we wanted. But maybe you can try and get through if he doesn't have a Fearsome blocker. It's wishful thinking, but we'll try. So play this first, see what he develops before we decide the Tibbers. This is close. Even if we don't kill him this turn, which we probably won't, we can draw Fervor. Or maybe even Decimate if we have enough blockers to force him to develop to try and go for game. Alright. A lot of cards in his hand. It's a tough spot. He knows we have Tibbers, you can see. Has the eyes to show, because Annie gave it to us. So we're likely just going to stun Thresh, so it'll kill Callista. And hopefully, if he doesn't have 2 Fearsome blockers, the Fearsome can get through. Ooh. That's huge. That's huge. So we stun Thresh. We have 2 Fearsome attackers. He only has 4 mana. We might actually get through here. We might actually get through, because we have 2 Fearsome attackers. I think Fearsome, I guess, is randomly, like, game deciding. Because otherwise, he could just play a Fearsome blocker if he has, like, another Callista or something. GG's. Yeah, I don't think he has a Fearsome blocker. GG's. Nice, nice. That's sweet, sweet Annie level up WinCon. Alright, playing versus probably Fearsome. Yeah, I mean, this is Shadow Isles, Callista, Elise. This is definitely just Fearsome. I've been playing Fearsome myself a lot lately. We have plenty of 2-drops we can draw. I kind of want to go for the triple 1-drop opening. That's the next most powerful. I guess the 3-2 could have also been fine, because it can block the Fearsomes, but we got it back anyway. We're going to start off with this. They don't have any 1-drops in this deck. I mean, they run Stygian Onlooker where they can play on turn 1 sometimes. But it's the only 1-drop in their entire deck, so they usually won't have it, and B, they usually save it. They would play in turn 1 to block against aggro, but it's fine. Alright, so we drew triple 1-drop. That's the opening I want to show you guys. Unfortunately, it plays Elise, which makes things kind of complicated. I guess we can just play... I guess we just play Tusk Speakers. I wanted to play 3 1-drops, but this produces a Spiraling when she attacks, so... I'm going to make sure we can block that. So I'm actually going to block the Spiraling instead of the Elise. Because you want to be wider, like you want to have more attackers than they have blockers, and this will just block that. But we keep our Tusk Speaker alive this way, so we're still up attacker, which is nice. Draw one more 1-drop. Oh my god, we did. Okay, so we can play all of our 1-drops now. We'll probably only have like 1 blocker, or one more blocker. So we'll have 2 blockers, so 5 attackers. This is where aggro thrives. Yeah, this is where aggro thrives. Aggro thrives when they have more attackers than the enemy has blockers. At some point, they regain the board because, you know, your aggro run out of steam. But the goal is to do this, you know, have more attackers than they have blockers early, so you can get them down enough because they can't block everything in life, and then finish them with burn, like Decimate and stuff like that. Fading, okay. Fair enough, we still full swing. Because, again, We have 5 attackers. He has 3 blockers. We need to get through when we can. Burn damage here. It's also nice because these two both have burn reach. So even though they're not attacking right now, like they can still get through once he reclaims the board. Alright. Set at 1 health, it's fine. This getting a blocker is really good though. Hopefully we get an action here to play a Boom Crew, because then Boom Crew can just block the Spiderling. Some more burn reach, it's fine. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Alright. So we'll block here to hopefully not fall behind on board. We'll block this because the most amount of defense anyway. So we'll block the Tough Speakers. I guess we could also block this, but it doesn't really matter. It seems fine. So this is probably our last turn, having more attackers than he has blockers. We can hit this, deals 1 to that, deal 2 to the Nexus, and then hopefully chip for 1 because Boom Crew will go through. I mean, if he blocks Boom Crew instead, we'll chip for 2, which is even better. Demo. Okay. So full attack here. Hopefully no Risen Miss. Oh, there's Risen Miss. So he's gonna full block because we actually need something to deal burn for this. He'll probably full block, yeah. Yeah, he's definitely gonna full block. Does he have Vile Feast? Oh yeah, it's even worse than I thought. Now he heals. I guess we have to hope we just don't die. So I want to use this to get the burn damage. So we're only 2 off. God. All right, so we got Tough Speakers here. I think we'll be fine. Hopefully. Famous last words. All right. Block that. So we're slightly out of range of Atrocity. We also have Doom Beast, so we're gonna heal here. Hopefully he's not playing Doom Beast. If he's playing Doom Beast, we're gonna have some problems. He's gonna heal. Okay, miss call. Reborn's the miss. So we can't play this yet. Okay, we're 1 mana off. So any burn card, Decimate would be best, but okay. So let's try and bait that out, or let's try and bait anything out before we Fervor. Maybe he'll prematurely commit something here. There we go. The Fervor. Damn, he played Grass. He's hating on Aggro today. Luckily we win anyway. Great draw. All right, and GG's. GG's. All right. Let's go, baby! Aggro's back. Alright, there's the Any Jhin deck. I hope I showcased you how Jhin works, how Any works, and how to play aggro. And some of the concepts like having more attacks, blockers in the early game. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, comment below what you guys thought. Like the video, subscribe. Tons more videos coming this week, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.